Into the gym! Oh, that's right, because Hero ran away.
Yeah, he's like, oh, bye.
He ran away like a beach. Uh-oh, cutscene.
Little bitch.
Look at that butt. What butt?
That seems familiar.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you.
The envelope? This must be the envelope. Thank you.
And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside.
What?
Don't worry. Just get on with it.
Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Let's take a moment and review the photograph.
I don't see Makoto.
And you can't see
Wait,
Junko's face.
but there are
Yes.
legs between Hiro and Sakura.
Hero and...
And then I guess the
Yep.
the girl to the left, the stage left of Hero is Muruko?
Nemokuro?
Amakuro?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
But why is
Clearly-
Junko's face... Like, why did they stage it for Junko's face to be covered up?
Well, maybe Makoto took
And
the
a
picture.
person all the way in the back that you can't see.
Ready to go ahead?
Yes. I think that's a yes.
Okay. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sakia. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right, when Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Mukuro Ikusaba. Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that. Just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself, and we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture. But what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other until they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean? Could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is...
How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet? You're kinda getting in the way standing there, you know? So, I mean, get out.
But
I told you, I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field.
I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it! Group photo has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that even count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looked so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all of this up. No, I have to clear all of this up. Okay.
Did he get to keep the picture?
Yeah, he
Unclear.
took it, I believe. I think it said he left with it in his hand.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
It's been added
Like
to
where-
the truth bullet section of your
Oh,
handbook.
that's true. We do have it in our handbook, regardless.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I assume they're all here, but I don't actually know. Oh, okay.
Couldn't you check them out?
I mean, I could, but they're always here. Well, fuck. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you.
Makoto? Eh? Sorry, gotta go.
What? She ran off so fast, I didn't even have time to ask her to stop. Hina? Why? Why won't you talk to me?
Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Do they now all think he's the killer? Again?
Because he was the only one not in the picture.
But what if he was in the picture? What if he was the one that was way back in the back? Because he's unlucky.
I mean, that's...
Oh, wait, he's
opposite of
lucky.
talent.
What if he was the one taking the picture?
Then who was in the back with the legs?
Mysteries,
that
bro.
was Red 13.
Remember when we thought that was a sex dungeon?
Is this the same one? Maybe this letter was part of Monokuma's setup too. Maybe he wanted us to find it, and then he acted all upset and crazy. I'm sure anyone watching the broadcast would just eat this kind of drama up. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends.
Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me.
You mean like he has the entire game?
Yeah, so weird. Hey, Hero.
Nah! Makoto!
What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that.
No, No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry.
Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It was like he was avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? I decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there was her, passed out, again. Huh? Toko? I like how they make it
Let's
like,
just leave.
ooh,
Oh, dead body.
spicy. It's open. Oh, but Toko. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever.
Oh, don't mind Toko. Just investigate.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Toko, are you okay? No, no! She's not dead, is she? Ah!
It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold. I think I might catch cold.
If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there, staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny?
Okay, so why did you pass out?
I don't know. Last thing I remember was waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss Morose?
Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch.
Bingo bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing! It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned! Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory.
No, it's more like half. Genocide Jack's memory has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
But all I want to know right now is, Where's my little darling? Tell me or I'll slit your throat.
I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya is around somewhere doing his own investigating.
By himself?
I assume so?
I knew it! I totally knew it! I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now.
Toko shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Okay, big obvious corpse. The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here.
That must be why she passed out. She faints so easily.
Creepy.
Kyoko,
It's getting late, isn't it?
are you okay?
I'm sorry if I made you worry.
No, you don't have to apologize.
But listen, about this room.
Oh, yeah, it's...
It's a morgue.
Yeah.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it.
You knew she'd fainted?
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear. I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there...
That's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why has everything got to be so difficult with her?
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that.
Yeah, good idea.
Give me a hand with this.
Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it.
Huh? How come?
Because Mukuro's body is in here.
Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge?
Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial.
The mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body.
Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail.
Okay, so what should I do?
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished.
Just wait over there? That's it?
Makoto, get out of the way.
Seriously, right?
I noticed that she's the only one so far that hasn't run away from you. I mean, Genocide Jack didn't, but, you know, she went after Byakuya, but Kyoko's not running away.
True.
Seems to want me to do something else. It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something.
What is it?
It's about the announcement Monokuma made earlier.
You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer.
Huh? Why not?
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hint he may have to offer.
That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here, looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation.
Makoto, have you heard of Photoshop? It's a thing.
On the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of blue lights are on. But these ones aren't.
It would seem the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied.
So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9 lights. Biolab lights has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Alright, is there anything else in here? Oh, the tarps. You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Ah, it's the same one I found in the garden tool shed. But if I remember, that tarp had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Tarp has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Okay, Makoto, I'm done.
Already? Geez, that was fast.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief.
So, did you find anything?
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and the blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death.
Really?
The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings.
So that means neither of those was a fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Where does it say they're old?
Huh?
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago.
I guess I don't see the difference.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they give. You seem to be equating several days old with simply old. But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds. It makes it sound like they've been there forever. Like they're not related to the murder.
Are you saying that they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if those wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
What if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last 2 days?
What?
Certainly you can follow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you?
One of many?
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can. They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logical and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Kyoko's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
So, if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time.
Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
5 foot 7 inches and 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right?
You remembered all of that?
They are indeed consistent with the corpse.
So then...
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake. Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been added in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Is that all you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I think so.
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here.
Oh, wait, are we not going to put the dead body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. as part of the ultimate despair.
But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow?
Well, yeah, but still.
You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling.
But she could have abandoned me. But she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes?
Hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
Go ahead then. Out with it.
Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What? What do you mean?
Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
I do, yes. But to get into any of the lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to.
Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room. So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers?
I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
What makes you say that? Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belonging to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker?
Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
Could that mean that video is real too?
Video?
Makoto, I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although, I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined.
What are you talking about?
I need to go investigate those lockers, right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes.
Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that's my locker.
Your locker?
If you watch this, it'll all make sense.
A DVD? And it says class number 78, urgent interviews?
I found it in that hidden room after you left. I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before.
None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue on the DVD. Interview DVD has been added to the truth bolt section of your handbook.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble?
Ramble?
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings.
You're talking about your dad, right?
I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask. For the rest of my life.
And all because of the mastermind.
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that.
Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind.
It's strange. To be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness. So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess.
She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
So, that's it for my rambling. There's still so much to do before I can consider my task complete.
Yeah, you're right.
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst.
What do you mean?
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope.
Absolutely not. Because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know?
Indeed. Sorry if that was strange. Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial.
Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room and check it out. Kyoko said something about the hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, I'd better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then, all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys, it's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There's a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in this school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that?
Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school?
I accept.
What?
Thank you. I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up until now, but this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought had finished had flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. And possibly, undeniably me.
So Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that Sorry, let me do that again.
Sure.
So Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes. Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation, but I The I in the here and now had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down and talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in this school. Can you accept that?
Yes. This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then Kyoko, her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father, and when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service.
What? It just so happened to break just now?
Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
Failure my ass, you cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask the same question, they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all of that?
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... End of your DVD has been updated to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Like classic Makoto. Oh, I just got the most incriminating DVD and, like, Monokuma stopped me from watching the end. I guess there's probably nothing else on there.
Oh well,
anyway.
whatever.
Yeah. For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black. There's no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you-know-where.
The laundry room?
Yes.
Must be.
The final clue. It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then, this is the end. I guess I'm the first one this time.
You're early, Makoto. Does that mean you feel prepared?
Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon.
And just as she said, Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hero? Silence. And it wasn't only normal silence. It was a deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
I'm late. Oh, strong silent master, so wonderful, so cool, so hot. My loins are ablaze. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me. With my scissor-sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil.
But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys.
If it's what master wants, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I?
No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now.
Is everyone here? Oh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see. Okay, well then, let's begin. This final class trial is going to be slathered in pitch black despair, maximum sorrow.
You're right. This is the final class trial. And this time, it'll be fair.
What do you mean, this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know. If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square. And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the class trial already.
Sure. Let's begin the class trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below. So don't try and run away.
Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared.
Whatever. This will be over in no time.
With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other. But you know why that is, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial.
You're right. I'm ready.
Ready to win, right?
Of course.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator.
I'm just wanting to say that I'm disappointed that I sneezed too.
Yeah, fair.
Very.
The amount of times that Hina has falsely just judged harshly on someone without having all the evidence, right? Like this lady, she's nice and all, but
she don't-
damn, she's
Indeed.
judgmental
Yeah.
at every given chance.
I was going to say, I'm hoping we'll get to find out what Genocide Jill actually knows, since her memory is separate from Toko's. That means she probably knows what
lot.
actually happened.
Bring Pepper.
Bring Pepper. Very
Quick, I
good.
gotta make a run to the dining room real fast.
All right, so what do we think is ultimately going to be the outcome here?
We're gonna find out who the mastermind is.
I
Presumably.
think you're all gonna find out that they're all actually dead already.
Ooh, spooky.
And this is purgatory.
They're all like
Or
robots.
something. It seems like whatever this tragedy. From what I'm piecing together, it seems like they did attend Hope Peak Academy for a year, and they were all in the same class, and something bad happened, and because of that, they all got locked in the school.
Wait, so you think that the tragedy was them?
Yep.
What do you think, Quiet Lindsay?
I
Lindsay
think
has not been paying any attention, has no idea.
no. I've been paying attention. I'm kind of lost, and I have no idea what's about to go down.
Just that I don't think they're dead, but I think that their memories got wiped out, and that one of the other students went crazy from being locked in here and started killing everyone.
Interesting. All right, final answers. No phone a friend. No 50-50.
I'd like to
let's
phone
go.
a friend, please.
Okay.
Can I call Helio?
Yes, this is Helio.
Yeah, what happens?
Makoto actually ate everyone, and this is his stomach.
Wow.
You
He's in his
know,
own
it
stomach.
is Japanese.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I know what happens. So,
Oh, yeah, that's why I called you.
yeah, I like this game. It's cool.
Just like when on Millionaire, you're not gonna call the idiot.
I would
Those
say
are just
that this
called
is one of
Django.
the few times in the game where you
Called Django.
actually
God damn
can
it.
solve the case before you go in. A lot of the time,
well-
I said that before so that you guys would get used to thinking about stuff before you went in, but usually they keep back some crucial detail. I
have a theory of who I think it is, but
Well, now would be, and when we go in this elevator, we're done speculating. So if you want to wait, you can wait, but now
I'm gonna wait.
You're gonna wait. All right,
I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna be wrong. So
let's go, everybody.
Can I just say before we go in?
Literally just 2 seconds ago, I was like, all right, last minute, go ahead.
I'm just disappointed that nobody in this story ended up fucking anybody else.
I mean, we don't know that that's true.
Disappointing.
We haven't seen it, so like, you know.
yeah, no proof, no pudding.
Yeah.
Alright. I started making my way toward the opening, step after step toward that gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs,
It would be
peed my
funny if it had
pants.
been like shaky legs and he fell.
oh god! I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend. Deeper and deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper still. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Deeper it fell. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open one last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site?
What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm going to sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat. Well then, let's begin!
Finishing preparations?
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up. If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of the school, you guys win. But if you can't, then I win. And of course, waiting for the loser is super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment.
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yup, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not. Bears never go back on their word.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Hmm?
Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it.
Oh, yes.
So that's clearly not the case, because holy shit, Hero is not right about anything, ever.
Ever.
Group photo, interview DVD, Monokuma file number 5, and other things.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me, I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves that everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Wow, come on, Peter.
Yeah, I don't know.
How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
All right, cool. It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right, because in my picture... See, I'm the only one not in it.
Let's take a minute to look at this picture.
Let's just appreciate the female shorts.
Can we also appreciate the fact that Junko's face is also not being shown in this one?
Can we also appreciate the fact that like Sakura is just, I mean,
Going hard.
Destroying everyone?
murder.
Yeah, is
at
she about to
Makoto's
laugh at someone, or is
face.
she losing?
Oh,
I
no,
think
she's laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think she's lapping everyone.
And Celeste is like way off in her own clothes, background
So
hiding.
is Mukuro.
Look at Hifumi's legs compared to his body.
I just really like Makoto's face. She's right behind me.
Yeah, Kazunako's coming behind him.
Oh, yeah. All right, we good with this picture? I figured as much. In which case... Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
This one too. It's just like I thought.
Like, again, we don't see Junko's face, and also
Yeah.
Celeste's.
Donuts!
The donuts were not a lie. I
Look,
like
and my
Leon.
tongue is all the way out.
Oh, well, we know who's in charge there.
Donuts!
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us think everyone else was working against us.
Oh, I laid a trap. A trap? How rude. What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. And that person is...
The one who's got the photo?
Monokuma.
Oh,
In each case, the one who is not in the picture is the person who received it. So in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hero got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Don't go out of your way or anything.
That's
There's a
the
lot going
super
on in
secret
that photo.
swimsuit photo that you can't blink to miss.
Yeah, but wow, Sakura with the fish. Wow.
Where did that fish come from? And
I
like,
mean-
I
Oh,
no,
think
but
Hero
she
was
punched
about to
the
do a
shit out of
bomb.
Ooh.
I think it was probably a floaty that Hifumi was on that she was hitting from below.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me? Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Here you go. Holy shit, the uppercut. I didn't even fucking see.
Junko's face is covered again.
Mm-hmm. And Celeste's just way in the background again.
With
Kyoko still
Toko,
has
who's
her
afraid of
gloves
water.
on.
What does Mukuro have in her hand?
Where is Mikuro?
That looks
Oh my
like
god, look at Mondo way in the back of his
Hero freaking out over something as usual.
Probably what's going on with
Mukuro's
Hifumi.
close to the front, in front of the chair
Yeah,
And Kyoko still has her gloves
in the
on.
water.
Look at Toko way in the back. She's just like, I'm not gonna do this.
Water is the enemy!
And Celeste.
Well, you find out that Sayaka was more gifted, possibly even as gifted as Hina.
It's always
Byaku's
good to have a
picture.
good personality.
Sorry, what about her personality?
What?
Huh?
It's shiny.
It's protruding.
Bursting at the seams with personality and good humor. Yeah. Byaku's picture. Hina's picture. Hero's picture. And mine. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something... Group photos been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook?
Can you just forget about the photo already? Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo. I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No. I assure you, they're quite real.
No.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah, I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either, but is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo? Makes sense. As if you expect me to believe such an unbelievably occult type story?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it, but no matter how much they refuse, it's the absolute truth. They have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. Damn, alright.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Like how in this clearly revolver section.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the idea that we all lost our memories.
Is totally stupid, obviously.
Even if we don't want to believe it, it's the truth. We don't have a choice. Otherwise, we'll all die in here. Alright, so those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hopes Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie. I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down one at a time and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And? How did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes, I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know, I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever, that's just insane. How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, because it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We have only one path in front of us.
Then we really...
You all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Whoopsie. You figured out that part too, huh?
Of course, there's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come. That hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or if we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now. What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right? I knew I could count on you. The interview with the headmaster taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all, a reason for taking away our memories. Of always there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive? You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to kill each other?
That has something to do with the memory she stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murderer of Mukuro Ikosaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else?
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose.
So, who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is it the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course. They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably 1,000,000 miles away. Because masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I've told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So, if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how did they manage to survive all this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me. I'm not the mastermind.
Not it.
Well, it's not me.
No one doubts any of those.
I blame Makoto.
What? Why me?
Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Oh, nuts. Yeah, got me.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been...
The other wounds?
wounds.
all of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all of those wounds before she ever came here.
That's not true.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know.
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least I listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Oh, Toko, you're the best.
She must have been in 100 different battles. So when you think about it, obviously she got all those wounds in battle.
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this timey-wimey. You made me go all cutesy.
Don't worry, there wasn't anything cute about it.
The victim was the ultimate soldier who'd strolled across 1,000 battlefields. Is that how she got all those wounds? Ah! No, why?
I get rid of the purple
Denied.
first.
Well, wait, but the purple's nowhere near the center.
They're still gonna block you.
I think I can hit it.
They have a larger hitbox probably.
We'll be here for a while.
Oh, you're right. Okay, fine.
Denied.
But that's so hard, though.
Access denied. Well, this is the boss fight. It's supposed to be harder.
Fuck me. I don't want it to be harder.
This is the super ultimate final boss fight.
Timey-wimey.
No, why won't they go? Wait, fuck you guys. I did it.
Yeah, first try.
First try.
That's some bullshit. I told you I could get it.
First try, fifth try, every time.
I was happily wrong.
No, Muguro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered the school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely, actually, it is kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because all of Master's training.
Anyway, so can we be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to the school? In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has a better suggestion, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her. Very nice. Mukuro's fatal injury has been added to the Truthblood section of your handbook.
Nice.
Yes, the ultimate clue.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else.
The mastermind.
The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me, but I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient, sitting here listening. I think I'm going to jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikasaba. At least that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No, there's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me, even if I didn't see their face. If you compare what we know about Mukuro to the masked attacker, it should be obvious.
That Mukuro had been dead for several days. Could that be it?
That if she wanted him dead, he would have been dead.
Yeah, a
That's
trained soldier that hadn't gotten hurt.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you, it was Mukuro Kisaba.
You're wrong, even without seeing their face. There's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe it's the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot. Or it could be the hips.
Whoever attacked me, they didn't have something Mukuro definitely had. Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I have all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah, we were in the gym carrying you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Oh, no snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything,
She's gonna remove her gloves.
Oh my god! She's got another glove!
Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. Was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure. As long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered. Not just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret, without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere.
There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored.
The kitchen.
Pool.
The pool. Muguru's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
The biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body, and it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof. The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. The tarp that we found at the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
What? That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence, or simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency, one so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about...
La la la! I can't hear you! La la la!
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one other thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that.
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth at the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it.
Slam the bear.
Slam that bear. The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
9 lights doesn't make any sense. The number of lights that should be on is
10.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right, the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Leon was third. Chihiro was fourth. Manda was fifth. Taka was sixth, and then Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was eighth. Sakura was ninth. And the victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right, any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it. The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of the evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body since they actually killed her. And yet her body was left alone.
Then whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims, why is that? What would it take for that to make sense?
Only 9 murders.
The
took
same
place.
person was killed twice.
Well,
What about if the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could be... Oh, Jesus. If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
technically you're right, I guess, but still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusawa, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No. That's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else. Come on. Besides, Who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko is totally delusional. Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Or Junko Enoshima? Lien Kawata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumu Yamada? Celeste... whatever. Sakura Ogami? No. There was no way anyone was murdered twice.
Mukuro died from the wound she had all over her body. There's got to be some sort of explanation that can solve this mystery. Junko, wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yes. And those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one of Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be the same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro, but can we really believe that?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Mukuro's still alive? Can I really believe that? What do we think, guys? Can we really believe that? No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 6'5" tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's a matter of the Fenrir tattoo, so there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Is it Makoto?
No.
No.
Who do we think that it is?
Sayaka. Junko.
That
Junko.
was Junko?
Junko.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Junko is still alive. That's the only possibility. All right, well, that's an interesting lead, and where we will stop for now.